figure I'd do a little video here of installation on a in-the-wall safe that I'm going to convert for holding some handguns for home protection. I'm going to install this inside the closet. So this is the safe that I got off of Amazon. I think it was about $79. And a little surprising, it's actually a little heavier duty than I expected. You know, it's nothing super fancy, but it's got two big pins there. And the steel on the door and steel on the casing is quite a bit heavier than I expected. So, a little bit surprised by that. It's got a couple of shelves here on the inside. And just one little piece of matting for the bottom. I've bought a roll of truck box matting to put on the inside. Be able to cut that into pieces and fit it in there as needed. But now that you can see that, I'll show you where I'm going to put this inside the closet. You can see here I'm inside the walk-in closet. Got the markings on the wall there, haven't cut the hole out yet for it. The dimensions on this one for the cut are about 14 by 20 or so. I'll give you an idea of the kind of size we're looking at, but it'll fit it pretty nice. Alright, YouTube, you can see that I've got the hole cut out there. I did run into just a little bit of a problem because there was a seam in the middle of the drywall panel I was cutting out. Just means I spent a little extra time cutting it. I just used a utility knife and a straight edge. Some people use a drywall saw. Any of the above will work. Just make sure you take your time and make it nice and clean and smooth. Alright, you can kind of see that I got the safe dry fitted in there. Did pre-drill the pilot holes for the screws. Screws aren't super that they gave with it, but you can see they're not too bad size. I'm going to go ahead and run all 6 of them in there and make sure that's nice and tight in the wall. So, give that a go. Alright, as you can tell, the safe is now fully installed. The screws that came with it were not very good. I actually stripped a couple of those screws out trying to install those, even pre-drilling the holes. I recommend getting some grade 8 or something heavy duty that you won't strip out when you're putting through the 2x4s, and I pre-drilled mine all the way through, but still putting a 2.5-inch screw through there, and the drill pretty much chewed up a couple of them. But anyway, it's all installed, put the batteries in, followed the directions, set the code, put the key cover back on the safe, and I just got to do a little work on the inside, do some work to the shelves and to the back, put some matting on there to keep it nice and quiet inside and safe for the guns. I'll put a few more things up on that here shortly. Thanks. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the 2 shelves made with the vinyl padding on top. Those didn't take very long, just a little bit of spray adhesive and cut them to fit. Got the hole poked through the vinyl for where the pistol mount holder is going to go, and this is the part I've been working on. I wanted to show everybody out there. It's just a steel rod that I got from Home Depot, Lowe's, somewhere like that. I think it's a 3/16" steel rod, and all I did was heat it up real hot with the torch, bent a 90-degree angle into it, and then threaded the bottom part. Hopefully that'll focus in on that a little bit. Threaded the bottom of the rod so that I can stick it into the hole and make a hanging, pivoting pistol mount. So hopefully that'll save me a bunch of space inside. You can see it's not quite done yet. I'm going to put a little bit of heat shrink tubing on the end of that to protect the barrel of the gun, obviously. And we'll give that a shot, see how it works. Alright, so as you can see, I got the pistol rods mounted onto the shelf. Obviously I'm going to have to take the nuts and washers back off there to install the shelf into the safe. But you can see here that they're mounted through the hole that came in the shelf from the factory. Instead of using the screws and the nut that came with it, I wanted to find an easy way to mount this. Got one that hangs on the underside of a shelf. I'm not going to put both these on the same shelf just because of my personal plan for use, but they're nice because they pivot in and out. You can open that up, slide the pistol onto it, and I'll show that to you when it's actually in the safe, and then you can tuck the pistol back away. And when you're working with one of these in-the-wall safes, you have a very limited amount of space, so this hopefully going to work out pretty good. Alright, so as you can see, the shelves are mounted inside the safe. Got one rod mounted on the bottom, hanging from the shelf just above it. Second rod is on the top shelf, mounted up from above. You can see that it'll slide out. Let me put that pistol on there and close it right back in. So let me get the pistols and we'll put them right on. Alright, so you can see, got both my pistols in there, Smith & Wesson, Model 6014, 357. Easy to take on. Now, the way I have that one set up for the 60 is no round in the top chamber so that the rod will slide all the way on there. But still 4 more to go, so plenty of home protection in there. And then for my little Phoenix HP22, hangs down on that lower one. Nice and easy to get on and out. Slides back on, hangs right back up in there. Couple of magazines ready to go. I could leave that one loaded or not loaded, either way. Whatever I think is best for home safety, but got them mounted in there and looks like it's holding up pretty good. Gonna work out perfect.